Welcome to the TASIS Purging Calculator. This tool has been developed to help investors easily calculate the amount of impure income that should be purified from their investments in Shariah-compliant mutual funds. Instead of performing complex manual calculations, the Purging Calculator provides a quick, accurate and convenient way to determine the purification amount based on TASIS Shariah screening methodology. To access the Purging Calculator, visit the official TASIS website at www.tasis.in. From the home page, navigate to the Services tab and click on Purging Calculator. You will see three calculator options: Tata Ethical Fund, Tata India, Shariah Equity Fund, UTI Nifty 500 Shariah Index Fund. Select the calculator for the mutual fund in which you have invested. For example, if you have invested in the Tata Ethical Fund, TEF, click on the download button for the Tata Ethical Fund calculator. Once downloaded, you can open the calculator and begin entering your investment details. Let's now see how the TASIS Purging Calculator works. First, select your mutual fund scheme: Direct Growth, Direct Dividend, Regular Growth, Regular Dividend, and then choose the financial year for which you wish to calculate the purification amount. Below that, you will see two fields labeled Total Invested Amount and Total Cumulative Units. These values should be entered based on the closing balance of the previous financial year. For example, if you have selected financial year 2024 to 25, the previous financial year's closing date will be March 31st, 2024. For your convenience, the calculator displays the previous year closing date on the screen. Simply enter the total amount you had invested and the total cumulative units you held in that fund as of the displayed closing date. On the left side of the calculator, you will find the transaction details table. Here, you need to enter only the transactions that belong to the financial year for which you are calculating the purification amount. Please remember the following. Transactions from April to September should be entered in the first table, which begins with the A series. Transactions from October to March should be entered in the second table, which begins with the B series. For each transaction, carefully enter the date, NAV, and investment amount. Also, ensure that if you are recording a redemption or withdrawal, enter the investment amount as a negative value, and no lines are left blank between transactions in either table. If transactions are entered in the wrong section, for example, an April to September transaction in the B series or an October to March transaction in the A series, the purification amount may not be calculated correctly. Therefore, once all the details have been entered, take a moment to review and verify the information before proceeding. Next, you will notice a section titled Status of Purging Ratio. This indicates whether the purification ratio for the selected financial year is actual or estimated. If the status shows actual, it means the purification ratio is complete and final for that financial year. If it shows estimated, it means that financial reports for some companies are still pending. As a result, the purification ratio is provisional and the calculated purification amount may be subject to change. A note is also provided below this section explaining that it may take up to 18 months for an estimated purging ratio to become an actual purging ratio once all the required company reports have been published. After verifying all the information, refer to the Total Purging Amount section at the top of the calculator. This is the amount that should be purified by donating it to charity. The calculator automatically applies the latest purification ratio maintained by TASIS and provides an accurate purification amount within seconds, making the entire process simple, reliable, and efficient. The calculated amount represents the purification amount only and should not be considered as zakat. If you experience any difficulty while using the purging calculator, TASIS support team will be happy to assist you.